with me personally, friendship is very important to me. And the biggest factor of being friends with somebody is knowing them, knowing about them, getting them. And I always joke on all my black friends, but my black friends get me. My black friends know me.
I know you.
My white friends, not so much. And the reason I know this is because they invite me to do stuff that I have no business doing. Like camping. And some of them are here that invited me. And so they invited me last weekend to go camping, and I was like, oh, it's not really my thing. So I call up Anthony, and Anthony goes, are you going? I'm like, well, if you go, I'll go. Because we figured that statistically, our chances of survival were greater if there's two black people on the trip. We could warn each other in our native tongue. Which is head nods for anybody who's heard me before. But, so we went on the trip, and the first 30 to 45 minutes of the trip it was amazing. We got up there, we set up the camp. I learned how to set up a tent because I didn't know how to do that. And then we went and we saw the view, and there's like miles on the horizon. It's a beautiful view. And then our head camper called us over. You know, you have a head camper, you have somebody that knows more than everybody else. And our head camper's name was Nate. And Nate goes, hey guys, we need to get some wood for the campfire later. And I go, hey Nate, I want to be involved, I'm excited. Let me do something. He goes, Antoine, get a kingling of wood. Hey Nate, I don't have my Rosetta Stone Outdoors edition. What exactly is a kingling of wood? He said, just go get some small branches. I said, oh shit, I could do that. So we go out there, so everybody goes their own separate ways to find wood and whatever. And like 10 minutes in, all we hear is, ah! It wasn't me, I promise. It was a girl in our group, and we looked, and she is running up the path. Her back is straight, her knees are high. That's how you know you're scared, when your run is perfect form. And so she gets up there and she's out of breath. She's like, we're like, Rach, what's wrong with you? She goes, there's a snake. There's a snake down there. And so all the guys, you know, we're like, okay, yeah, there's a snake. All right, we'll go protect you from the snake. So all the guys minus Anthony, because he's still in the woods. He was safe. So all the guys, we walk down to see this alleged snake. And we get there expecting like a little garden snake or a little black snake. We see this 4-foot long rattlesnake. So then everybody hears, ah! That time it was me. That was me. And in my head, the camping trip's over. We just saw the snake. It's 50 yards from the campsite. I'm going to fuck home. But they're like, no, Twan, calm down. We're going to kill the snake. Like, all right, cool. That's some real man shit right there, to kill something. And don't you awe that snake? That shit was huge. He deserved to die. And so they're like, we're going to kill it. And so I'm looking around for like a big rock or something to drop on the snake's head, because that's how you're supposed to kill it outdoors. And then one of the guys that was with us, in all seriousness, he looks up and goes, bring me my gun! Excuse me, sir, you're what? No, wait a minute. What do you want them to bring you? Oh, I got an email before this camping trip of things I needed to bring. The list on there was tents, sleeping bags, magazines, bug spray, condoms. That was on my list. That was on my list to bring to this camping trip. Nobody told me to bring a gun. I don't feel comfortable with this guy with a gun. And then one other guy looked at me and goes, Twan, stop being a bitch. He's here to protect us. I said, you know what? Fuck you. I hope he misses, hits a rock, and shoots you in the face. I was so upset. I stormed up the hill, went to my tent, and just closed it as fast as I could. Fucking bitch! And that was pretty much the entire camping trip. I stayed in my tent, away from the snakes and bugs. No, but we had a great time, and the people that I went camping with, they're here now. And I just want to say in front of all of our friends, fuck you guys, I'm never going again. I'm single right now just because the whole thing scares me, because you meet somebody and then you like them, and then you like them, and then you date them, and then you date them and you fall in love, and you fall in love, and she lets you try anal, and then you text your friends and say, oh my god, she let me put it in her butt, she's the one. And she See, it comes to one, and then you get married, and once you get married, you have kids, and you find out you have ugly kids. And that scares me because it's nobody's job to tell you you have ugly kids. And the ones with the ugly kids are the ones that want to take the most pictures and put them in their cute outfits and everything. In fact, I have a couple friends that may or may not have ugly babies. And I'm not saying they're going to be ugly forever, but they just haven't grown into their head yet. And I don't have the balls to tell them that they have ugly kids, but they want me to hold their babies all the time, and then they bring them to me and like, Antoine, I want you to hold them. And I was like, oh, okay. And I hold them all the way out there, and they're like, but why don't you hold them closer? I'm like, well, why don't you wipe some of this ugly off of them before it gets on my shirt? I got this from Express. It's a new shirt.